Hello! Welcome to the stream. How are we? How's it sounding? Is my mic all right? I know the music's not on, and I know my mic's not muted, so must be doing all right. Yeah, don't worry. I've read your first three comments. Yeah, don't worry. I haven't actually seen the pen. But I have seen arguably more important things about Newcastle and Bournemouth suffering defeat, which is it's big for us, and it means we've really got to capitalise now. We've got to capitalise, for me, on where other teams slip up. I think that's an absolute must. Hey, HCFC Vlogs, I hope you're doing good. So let's have a look at the Premier League table now. Okay, have a look at my predicted 11, but I'm going to quickly share my screen. We're going to have a look at the Premier League table going into this game. So let's jump over here. So, Premier League table. Let's have a read of this. Not mute for once. Why are Arsenal fans forcing a rivalry? Of course, there's no pain. There is no rivalry. Don't get me wrong. It's a big game. It's a big game. They're a tough team, but we are rivals in competition only. But it's not like how Liverpool and City are rivals. It's not like how City and United are rivals. Forest, that's a damn good way to respond. 7-0. I know, wild. I saw that. You having to capitalise on Newcastle and Bournemouth is mental. On paper, yes, but look, they're good teams. That's the bottom line. They're very good teams. And it's not even like we can necessarily afford to lose, because you look at Chelsea. Looks like they're playing West Ham as their next game. So, look, they'll fancy themselves there. Where are West Ham? They're 14th, well in the bottom half. They should be fancying themselves despite their form. So, look, we've got to win. If we win, we've made some decent ground on Newcastle, who we have superior goal difference on, and Bournemouth. It's a big lead to get. Our worst this season is a season others would dream of. We're down in the dumps right now. See my Haaland comment, it's unbelievable. Have you seen they are putting signs up of Erling Haaland on the Emirates? Such a weird fan base. They must want him to sign for them. Yeah, that is crazy. I'll have to look at that, to be honest. But look, here we are in the league. Newcastle and Bournemouth, they had a chance today for one of them to boost themselves into the top four. Neither of them took that opportunity, all suffering defeat, which is good. That it's all just good news for me. Fulham, big ups to them for getting the job done. And who got the job done again against the Bournemouth? Liverpool. So there you go. Liverpool are sky high at the top, but we got a chance there to not just increase the gap here. We have a chance to massively close the gap on these two. We beat Arsenal. We are 4 points behind them and 4 points behind Forest. No, 3 points behind the two of them. As long as we beat Arsenal. Arsenal is such a difficult game. It's at the Emirates. I have faith we can do it, but it's not going to be easy. Hull lost to Stoke at home. Now we have 12 wins and 12 points, 2 wins and 12 points at home. Our home form is that bad. If we won back-to-back home games, we'd still have the worst home form in the league. I can watch the 3 p.m. game. Nice, you're going. There you go. Also, I need to end my win this game run. 4-0 Spurs, 3-3 Feyenoord, 1-1 Everton. That's bad. Nunes at right back equals disaster and Boza moment. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. You may have noticed that I have Nunes at my right back for my predicted 11. But let's just jump over there now. So let's get some of the open nets out of the way. Edison being in net. Look, I don't really feel like he's put much of a foot wrong as of late. don't really feel like there's a reason why I should leave the side. And if we are going for a bit more of long ball, if we're going to go for a bit of long ball a bit more now, then we need Edison, because that's what Edison's really good at. Now then, we'll jump straight on to Nunes now. Look, in all honesty, would I start Nunes? Yeah, look, this is what I was drilling into my head. Okay, Nunes and Kusanov. Kusanov for me, I had him initially in here. I did the starting at the predicted 11, and I had Kusanov at the right back. I just don't know whether Pep's actually going to do that. Oh, this could be 2-0 to Wolves. Oh, he's put it wide. Wow. I can't lie, Silence in the Emirates might be my favourite game since UCL final. Well, if we did that tomorrow, is that what you're saying? I mean, look, everyone's going to have to be on the A game tomorrow. Everyone will have to be on the A game. I just wasn't sure what would happen. I almost had him in here, Kusanov, but I just don't know if Pep's actually going to do it. I don't know, Now, I don't think Nunes was particularly great against Club Brugge. In fact, I'd go as far to say I believe I gave him a 5. I just hate him so much. That's fine. That's fair, to be honest. He wasn't particularly great against Club Brugge for me. He made a lot of errors, and I believe he was directly involved for the lead-up to the goal that we conceded. Nunes at right back, despite having a good game here and there against Chelsea, I thought he was really good. I believe I gave him an 8. So, despite that, the problem is Nunes isn't a right back. No matter how you write it, he will never be a right back. Okay, it will take a good season and probably a bit to really drill him into the right back role if that's what you see him in long term. I don't think he's cut out for it, and especially not at Man City level. Nunes he's getting done by the easy tricks. Now then, what scares me is Martinelli versus Nunes, because I don't really rate Martinelli. I don't think he's super good. I think he's decent, but much like Kyle Walker at City, his best attribute is probably his pace, and followed by probably his quick feet and his skills. So last time we beat Emirates, it was like insane. It's so good. I know that win, the vibes were great. That Kevin De Bruyne goal was just pure class. I think he picked up on an error from Tomiyasu. So Martinelli versus Nunes stinks in my opinion. Just stinks of getting just the most basic skill ever done on him, and Martinelli runs down the left-hand side. For me, I start Kusanov, okay, despite how awful that would feel, because I think he's being thrown into such a bad situation, to be honest. Imagine your second game is against Arsenal, and I just don't think Pep's going to do it, is my honest feeling. I don't think Pep Guardiola is going to start Nunes at right back. And no, he's going to start Kusanov at right back. I don't think he'll get this game. I think he might get Leyton Orient, but definitely not this game. I don't see it in my future. But for me, hopefully City have come up with a solution to a bit of a communication block for Kusanov, because if he's going to play, he's not going to learn English overnight. Okay, it's going to take a while for him to properly learn English, to actually learn English and be able to at least understand what's being told to him, and so that he can move from there. It's going to take a while. Of course it will. Pep should just play the same system he played against Chelsea. I partly agree, but one small issue, Chelsea aren't as good as Arsenal. I partly agree with you there. I think the long ball probably is the way. Surely the calm before the storm in terms of City transfers. What right now? And in terms of Nico Gonzalez, do we think we're getting him, by the way? I think we will. I think we're going to get him. But look, Nunes, Kusanov. I'm really not sure who will start there, but I just feel like it's going to be Kusanov. I feel like Pep won't risk. I feel like Pep will start Nunes. Go with what's been working in his head. Despite me not being so sure if Nunes has really been working or if we've just kind of been putting up with it. Big ups to everyone tuning in, by the way. Do appreciate it. Make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Each like helps. Just going to do a poll. Welcome to the chat, Tarsiv. Do not play Nunes. Hi. Look, my one other idea is Kusanov. I'm late. Don't worry about it. Lewis. Not really late now, mate. You're just over 10 minutes. It's good. I feel 2-2 or 2-1 either way. I think the scoreline will be close. I don't think either team is winning by 2 goals. Yeah, I don't think we've got that in our locker, and quite frankly, I don't know if Arsenal can do that against us. 0-0, boring game. It depends how Arsenal approaches us, because if they sit back, then yeah, it's probably going to be 0-0. But I don't know if they'll do that at their own ground. If this was at the Etihad, different story. I think there's a good chance that they do decide to sit back. I don't want Nunes at right back. Neither do I, but I think this is what Pep's going to go for. I think this is what Pep's going to go for, I'm afraid. Pep will never learn his lesson. Nunes versus Trossard. If it's Trossard he's facing, or Martinelli, it don't matter who he's playing against for me. I feel like he will make an error either way. If Arsenal sit back and seriously Arteta should be sacked on the spot, that would be unbelievable and cowardice. Yeah, for me, I think they're going to go for it. They're at the Emirates. I think they're going to be confident and they're going to know that this is the best time to get us. Back line. Well, the back two of our centre backs, Akanji and Stones. Look, if you want to start Kusanov and Vital Hayes here, be my guest. But I'm fairly confident that's not going to be the case, to be honest. I believe we will more than likely see those two in the cup as opposed to now. I know Lewis, I've seen, I think, 2 of them. Roles have reversed. We won't have the pressure to win this game. They will. True, pressure's on them. Pressure's on their backs too. Get the statement win against Man City, the champions of England. The pressure's on them to try and keep up with Liverpool, as they're the only club that are, really being looked at as a team that can possibly keep up. If they win tomorrow, they'll close the gap to 6 points, despite Liverpool having a game in hand on them. But if they lose tomorrow, the gap remains 9 points, and they have a game, and Liverpool have a game in hand on them. So, look, Arsenal are the only team that can even potentially keep up with Liverpool at the moment, according to some of the bookies, I guess. But don't know if that's actually going to happen. I don't want to lose to Arsenal. Don't think any of us do. Left back, Vardio. Again, there's no one else really, unless you start Nico Riley, who played 1 game there, but I really don't think that's going to happen, that's for sure. So, Vardio will start there for me. Quite an open net, that one. Kova and Bernardo. I don't think Gundo should be in this game. Arsenal have got a very powerful midfield. We need all the energy and legs we can get. And look, we're not exactly spoiled for choice in that area at the moment. Sadly, Nico Gonzalez hasn't been done sooner, so we really just kind of have to go for this. And unless you slip Nunes there in the pivot, but look, when was the last time Nunes started our pivot? It may have been last season. I couldn't tell you. Just be prepared if we get something. Arsenal robbed, ref. Seriously, every week. I know, this is what I'm going to say. If we win, okay, I will go on Twitter. I'm sure Mark Goldbridge will tweet. I'm sure Rory Talks Football will tweet. Then I will go on TikTok. I'll scroll for a bit, and then I'll see Rory Talks Football saying about a decision, and probably talking about Phil Foden and something like that. And then I'll open up YouTube, just chilling, get my hours in on YouTube. And then I'll see Mark Goldbridge, title, probably saying the thumbnail, disgrace, and referees are awful, and something like that in the title. And then I'll know that we've had a good day. Arsenal red card would be tears. Imagine the tears. I remember when was it Gabriel that got sent off 4 years ago? No, 3 years ago. 3 years ago it was. It's not just Rory Talks Football Connect. I know. Have you ever seen a fan base like it Connect? No. it is insane. Like, they genuinely lose it, Any loss that they get, anything that they get, or something like that, then they just point to the ref, It is just weird. But anyway, moving on from the pivot onto the right, Rico Lewis got sent off for being fouled, and yet no one talks about it because, yeah, exactly. Lewis actually got a suspension for literally getting stamped on, and no one talks about it. We couldn't appeal it, and no YouTube videos made, and City fans, we know it's a bad decision, but at the end of the day, we just have to get on with it because it is how it is. No one makes a video about it. But Arsenal, Liverpool, United, they get a bad decision. You will never hear the end of it. Never. But look, Phil Foden on the right wing. Look, congratulations for getting nominated for Premier League Player of the Month. I want this month to pass. I want to see that you've had another good month. Phil, I expect a good second half of the season from you and this entire team. But look, I kind of especially expected it from you because this half of the season is where Phil Foden really kicked in for City. Starting when he got that Brentford hat trick, for me, that's where he really kicked on. And then from there on, it just got better for him, I feel. And look, if this could be that game for you, Phil, where you really kick on, I'd love that. Foden was good in January, but still nowhere near last season. Goals covered up some slightly poor performances, but still a very good month. Yeah, on a whole, it was a good month. Premier League, I think he got about 7 goal contributions. I don't know what his Champions League and FA Cup stats were, but look, he at least got 7 G&A for us last season. And I'm hoping that this month, I want similar. But I want an overall quality improvement. It's a difficult month incoming. We need everyone to be playing their absolute best football. So, it's an absolute must from me. Absolute must. The ref makes the right decision and sends off an Arsenal player. Arsenal fans, it's a disgrace. Why did Cunha take so long to shoot that one-on-one? Alright, I think we're watching the exact same thing here because I've just seen that as well. Yeah, I don't know why it takes so long there. It took a really long time. It was basically straight at the keeper too. Kusano starting 11. Let's go, says Anvar Tash. I'm just going to call you Anvar. Big ups and welcome to the chat. I would like Kusanov here. I would, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I appreciate you tuning in and supporting that, but I don't think he's going to start this game, I'm afraid. But we'll see. Who cares if Miles Lewis Skelly is available and overhyped player? Look, for me, Lewis Skelly, I haven't seen much of him. Apparently he's pretty good, but are you telling me he's going to start against Man City? Are you telling me if he never got that suspension and everything like that, and the week goes on as normal, are you telling me Arsenal fans have got him in their predicted 11? No, they don't. I'd be super shocked if they do. 4-1, says Anvar. Let's hope. Haaland, I'm counting on you to rattle that fan base again. Yes, please. Man, imagine end of the game, we like 1-1-0 or something like that, and you just see Haaland stay humble there again. That would be absolutely lovely. Left wing, Savinho. Look, I think against Club Brugge, proved what he brings to this team. And who's Arsenal's right back right now? Arsenal's right back, is it Timber? I'll just have a look at their last game. I won't go for the Champions League one. Let's go for Wolves, which was a big game. Right back, Timber. I don't really know how good Timber is, but look, I feel like if anyone's going to get him, hopefully it's Savinho. Savinho is quite good with his feet, and when he's on it, I feel like he's on it. I expect good crosses from Savinho tomorrow. We know at the very least Savinho can whip a nice ball. And him and Vardy linking up should really help us, hopefully, because those two have got decent link up, to be fair to them. I saw a professional journalist saying shocking stats. I know. Yeah, I believe I saw you tweet about that. Yeah, I saw that. That was what? It's like the things to talk about. They're still going on about that from months ago, and it's like there's other things that have led to our incredible fall off this season. Rodri's injury being one of them, of course, and not just Rodri's injuries on a whole. The back four that started this season that has that they haven't trained much together this season because they've been so injured. We've had injuries all over the field, and I'm not making excuses for us, but there are other things to link our awful season to. But Savinho, I'm hoping for a good performance. By the way, got overturned. Connect the ban. They still complain. Oh yeah, the blue statement. That was crazy. I think that is just pure crazy talk from them. Talking about the colour of the post. What? What colour do you want it to be? Do you want it to be red so that it feels specifically tailored towards you? What? That is ridiculous. That is craziness. Marmoush for me now. Look, his runs are going to be really important for us. Haaland and him, they're going to be able to make a lot of space up top. Look, Gabriel, it was either last season or this season, but I remember seeing a few posts saying that Saliba and Gabriel locked Haaland down really well that game. Okay, and you'd see it. Okay, it's like both of them quite basically locking them down. They lock them down nicely. Okay, so Saliba and Gabriel are both on Erling Haaland. Okay, I know it's not going to work like this exactly, but these two are Saliba and Gabriel. This is Haaland. Haaland he's got basically both the centre backs. Marmoush, who's over here, he, in theory, if they decide to keep on Haaland and not bother with Marmoush has got a lot more room to work with, not just to run in, but he can also play it out left to Savinho, out right to Foden. So by leaving that space open, there's more space for Marmoush. And you might be thinking, connect, don't be silly. They're obviously going to be watching Marmoush, which is true. Arsenal aren't too stupid. They're going to watch Marmoush. They're going to get someone on him. For me, they're probably going to get Saliba more on Marmoush than they will Gabriel. I think they'll want Gabriel in on Haaland. Yeah, I think they're going to want Gabriel predominantly on Haaland, and they'll leave Saliba to deal with any runs that Marmoush tries to make. And so, with that, you suddenly have a bit of a blinking, almost like a man-to-man in the defence. What led us to the long ball against Chelsea? A man-to-man system. Okay? Ball goes over the top from Eddie. Haaland and Marmoush and their two centre-backs, they go running towards it. Let's say Haaland manages to get to it. then who knows what they can do. If Saliba decides to leave Marmoush, suddenly Marmoush got space, Haaland tries to play it into it. Space gets open, maybe Phil Foden comes into space, plays it to Foden, Haaland plays it back to Foden plays it back to him, Haaland's maybe got a chance to score. There's so many ways this game could go for me, and Savinho maybe comes into the equation as well. Ethan Nwaneri is by far the biggest threat in my opinion. I know he's been doing a lot of good for Arsenal this season, especially as of late. I'll search him up on Transfer Market, but I remember him having his debut. He got 15 years old, in fairness to him. So, he's been very much in and around the club for some time, to be fair to him. He's 17. He's 18 this year. So let's go have a look. He's got 6 goals this season in less than 10 games worth of minutes. He's been predominantly on the right wing, but he could do the cam area as well. And, he got a big goal against Brighton. That makes it a draw. And he's been getting a lot of minutes on a whole. Don't know if he starts this game. I don't know if Arsenal will entrust him with that. But they trusted him enough to start him against Wolves, to be fair. Hard build-up for me has to be improved massively. I need him to improve that game tomorrow in a game where he struggled a lot last season. Yeah, we need everyone to be their best selves tomorrow, to be honest. We need the absolute best. Villa making some changes here. Malin, I think Onana, and who was the other one? Matson. So look, it's going to be tough. And look, capping off my predicted 11, Haaland, who I've already spoken about a lot. There's no one else really, unless you slip Marmoush there and put De Bruyne at cam, which isn't impossible, but Haaland will start. We're going to need Haaland to be absolutely playing his absolute best for me. We have the opportunity to stop them winning another title, 3rd season in a row. Let's do this. Yeah, look, to be honest, I think if Arsenal even beat us today and tomorrow, I don't think they win the league. But nonetheless, we have the chance to snuff out any of their hopes. And, another trophy this season for Arsenal would be a wonder to watch for me. I'm not going to lie. Now, they're not out the Carabao Cup yet, but it's not looking good either. I feel like Marmoush, Savinho, and Doku, and not playing Grealish often. Pepper's moving back towards the 17, 18 winger style. True, very pacey, direct wingers. So, there's a good point there. Moving back to that old kind of style, and I think that's a bit more entertaining, to be honest. Not that I don't like Grealish, what he did in treble season and all that, but I just think it was really good then. Not that it wasn't with them when we went for the bit of a slower type of winger, but I think Mahrez was almost perfect for that because he was direct, but he could also slow the game down. But he can get you just as many goals. Mahrez was just wonderful, wasn't he? Stones is like Diaz in our backline. They improve everyone. Yeah, and look, we're going to need John Stones to really be helping our backline. He's going to be that leader in the back like Diaz tends to be. And look, I think he can do it. When John Stones starts, he often plays well. Need Stones on Gabriel in corners. Look, if we haven't learned from our lesson, I don't know if we ever will. Stones on him is just someone that is going to absolutely just be on Gabriel. If Savinho is on him again, Gabriel will laugh as he goes up to go up to the corner. If he sees Savinho, he's going to push Savinho aside like a paper aeroplane, and then he's going to run in and put all that power on the header. If we haven't learned from the Etihad, then we never will, for me. We knew that his headers were going to be a threat at the Etihad game. I was crying out for it in the preview. I was crying out for it in the game. I couldn't believe it when, I think it may have been Doku or Savinho who was on him. Couldn't believe it. Okay, and then Walker went on him, and I was like, yes, okay, good. Kyle Walker's on him. Maybe Walker will show him a bit more of that physicality. Shrugs Walker aside, maybe even easier, and goes and scores. We can't have that again. John Stones, show your strength. and keep him away. Just absolutely keep him away, because they are going to go for him. All right? And that's not saying get every man on Gabriel. Everyone's still got to be sharp. But we know that they like to go for Gabriel. We know that they can take accurate corners. We've seen it enough. We'll probably see Arsenal set-piece coach on the sideline. Set-piece coach has 20 friends tickets to Ipswich game. Criminal. What? Bruh, that's weird. Are you set-piece coach out? I mean, the thing is, look at Arsenal. Almost every week they're scoring from a set-piece. We do not score from set pieces often, especially free kicks. Corners, we do get a goal or so at. But defending a corner, taking a free kick, I ain't never seen anything like it. At least you have a set piece coach. Well, that for me is silly because look, we're a top club and we expect top quality. Our set piece coach is not top quality. Very evidently. He's just not. He just really isn't. Can I be your set piece coach? Maybe I'll word with Pep or the club. I don't know if I'm the guy to ask, to be honest, but I appreciate the try. Our only thought set piece coach. Oh, yeah, that was brilliant. That was really good because it was like just perfect. That was clearly from the training ground, and John Stones capitalised. That's like the one time in memory that he's absolutely done it to perfection. And hey, do something like that again. Do that every game. We'll be going somewhere. I think fans will start clapping you. Maybe you get a mural. Since then, he's been on holiday. 1 year since he's done anything as set piece coach. Yes, it's just been crazy. But look, for me, it's a big game tomorrow. Prediction: I'm going 2-1 City. I'm predicting a turnaround. We're going to be 1-0 down, and then we're going to turn it around. We're going to win 2-1. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, won't we? So big up to everyone who tuned into this one. Not a super long one. Well, 35 minutes is probably about as the usual length of these streams. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. Glimpse, This is City, Nam, Anvar, Lewis. We have had a bunch of people there. HSC vlogs too, I'm afraid. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I know, not 1-0 down again. But I don't know. I'm just feeling it. I just feel like that's going to happen. But look, either way, thank you to everyone who tuned in. I do appreciate this bit, the support, and yeah, more on the way, that's for sure. Big ups to you all, and I will see you all in tomorrow's watch along.